Bairat. The earliest Buddhist site of Rajasthan is in Bairat. It is located north of Jaipur on the Jaipur-Delhi route. The ancient name of Bairat is Viratnagar and was regarded as the capital of Matsya Janpad, mentioned in the list of 16 ancient kingdoms in the Buddhist scripture Anguttara Nikaya. The epigraphic and literary evidence sufficiently indicate that the Matsyas were a dominant political power of Rajasthan around 2nd century before Common Era. They are mentioned as practitioners of Vedic sacrifices in early literary references. In this light, it is noteworthy that Bairat has yielded evidence of a flourishing Buddhist center. This place was first visited by noted archaeologist Alexander Cunningham and later by Carlyle, D.R. Bhandarkar and Dayaram Sahani. The significant structures at the site include a circular Chaityagraha, monastery and remnants of Ashoka pillars located on a hill locally known as Bijak Ki Pahadi, which literally means hill of the inscription, alluding to the importance of Ashokan edict. Bijak Ki Pahadi. The circular temple is on a lower platform and has a circumambulatory path. It is made of fire-baked bricks and believed to be contemporaneous with Ashokan pillars. Originally surrounded by wooden pillars supporting the entablature, the shrine was composed of lime-plastered panels of brickwork, alternating with 26 octagonal pillars of wood. Double circular in plan, this is one of the earliest such structures still extant. Originally encircled by a path for ritual circumambulation with an opening on the east, at a later date, the entire complex was enclosed within a rectangular compound containing an open assembly space in front of the entrance. Dayaram Sahani has regarded it as the oldest structural shrine and one of those which furnished models for the numerous rock-cut temples of Western and Eastern India. The monastery is considered to be very elaborate, accompanied with cells being large enough to accommodate just a single monk or nun. It's situated on the upper platform. Many portable antiquities like jars, lamps, etc. have also been recovered, which could have been used by the monastic inhabitants. In a deep crevice in the midst of the boulders on the south was found a collection of 100 polished pieces of Chunar stone and a still larger number of unpolished ones, which must no doubt be the remains of one or more Ashokan pillars that had been battered to pieces. An analysis of evidence of Buddhism can be traced from the Ashokan inscription. Sahani suggests that the expanding structure and increasing visibility of Buddhist sites is directly proportionate to development of Buddhism that got a spurt between 200 before Common Era to 300 before Common Era. The reign of the Mauryan king Ashok was regarded as an early period of extraordinary development of Buddhist art. It appears that Rajasthan did not remain untouched with the wave of Buddhism. The Sangharam of Bairat and the circular stupa at the Bijak Hills can definitely be regarded as grand, which indicates that Buddhism existed here in a developed state in its early form and was also very popular. It has been historically accepted that Buddhism had spread quite extensively owing to the enthusiasm and royal patronage extended by Ashok. The use of sandstone of Chunar and lustrous polished stone umbrellas, chhatra, are illustrations of Mauryan art. It is also significant that all the monuments which adorned this place were made out of fire-baked bricks despite abundant availability of stone from the hill ranges in the vicinity. Thus, it can be assumed that Bairat must have been an influential Buddhist center. At one time, it must have been the pinnacle of development of Buddhism in Rajasthan. The Bhabru inscription of Ashoka found from this region, which is primarily addressed to the Sangha or Buddhist monks, is a clear indicator of the considerable presence of the Buddhist monks in Berat. But this was not a permanent state, and the changing position of Buddhism is recorded in the travelogue of Chinese traveler Huensang. He wrote that the popularity of Buddhism to this region had been greatly reduced. Nevertheless, it corroborates the historical importance in the public memory of Berat as a center of Buddhism. In its glory days, it was not only an important Buddhist center, but also held sway over other parts. Significantly, as Sahani worked in the Bichak Ki Pahari area and the Archaeological Survey of India conducted limited vertical excavations during 1962-63 in another part of the vast sprawling site of Berat to understand the sequence, the greater part of Berat was never fully investigated nor horizontally excavated, leading to fairly limited archaeological data from the site. For example, terracotta figurines and votive objects, now with the Rajasthan government's State Department of Archaeology and Museums, representative of Vedic and Brahmanical Hindu imagery, have been found during explorations over different parts of Berat. Rima Huja suggests that as these are not dissimilar to those found through explorations and excavations in other parts of Rajasthan, it is open to conjecture whether future excavation in a different part of Berat will add to the existing picture and whether this will corroborate or enhance the overall data suggesting contemporaneity between early Hinduism and Buddhism in this region.